And now it's time for the very first battle, and we are off to a horrible start because we have a Shadow Abomasnow. Now, people have been asking me about this, and I'm happy that we finally got one. So, Abomasnow is going to throw this energy ball, and then they are going to immediately switch straight to Double, throw that Dazzling Gleam. It's going to do a good chunk of damage, and then, since they are double charging their Body Slam, we are going to go ahead and throw a Weather Ball. This is going to cause them to shield. It in the end kills us, but we do get them down to 1 shield, which is huge. Here comes Victory Bell, and our poor Victory Bell, it's going to have to eat this attack. We want to save that shield. There it is. But luckily, we do have 2 shields left, and we have Lantern. But big mistake here. They immediately quick switched straight to Raichu. And obviously, Abomasnow can beat Lantern, but they really should have just left in Abomasnow. But it was a boon for us. We'll take it. Brick Break, not going to do that much damage. Throw this Surf. They use their last shield in order to preserve their Raichu. Here comes one last charge move. We're going to shield this one just because we need to absolutely make sure this Lantern stays alive, and you'll see why here in a second. So their fast move doesn't do very much damage to us. It's not very effective, but this energy ball will. They try to bait us with a Weather Ball, and absolutely we bite. We have no other choice. Here comes that Thunderbolt, and then quick switch to Victory Bell as soon as we can. They get one last Weather Ball off, but our Lantern remains alive, and then we kill each other, but with Lantern alive, we win. And lucky for us, we finally have a good lead. They go ahead and switch straight to Frostlass, and you guys know exactly what I'm going to do. Eat this shield, and then just continue to annihilate that Frostlass. Use your fast move. Do not use a charge. Save the charge for whatever's coming up next, which appears to be a Noctowl. Now, this is a very rare Pokemon to see. In Open, it was everywhere, but this league is just too dominated by those ice and lightning electric type attackers that it just really can't get off the ground, so to speak. And there's that. So if your opponent isn't using a charge move, that is a giant red flag. Go ahead and be wary of the fact that they are going to try to catch your next charge attack. So that means if you're going to throw it, wait just 1 second or 1 extra move, and you will be pleasantly surprised when they quick switch to something else and you get to keep all that charged energy. And there's that switch. So just let me know what you thought of that video. If you want me to continue doing that, or if you just want me to stick to, voiceovers, don't mind doing either way. It's both cool to me. So go ahead and just make sure to keep that Lantern alive. We're going to take a Thunderbolt, but we're going to return it with one of our own. Here it goes. They do nothing about it. Here comes Noctowl. Super important. Shadow Ball, no problem. Keep on charging that up. Use this Surf. Not going to do too much damage because they shield. Keep on plowing away. They finally give up, realizing the end is near. So this battle we actually lose, and that weak connection got us, because whenever you do see a weak connection, that means you lose that fast move, and so you kind of just got to roll with it. There it is. They use a charge. We're going to answer back with a Leaf Tornado. Anything that could go wrong with this battle did. We didn't get the attack break. I quick switch immediately to our friend Ninetales, use the Body Slam. They bring in a Ninetales of their own. I thought about baiting them here, but with that last shield, people are more apt not to bait or not to put up a shield. This person actually does, which good on them. It was smart. We bring in Lantern. They're going to throw a Psyshock here. Not going to do a whole lot of damage. I prefer to have Dazzling Gleam on our Ninetales just because obviously it does more damage, but with Charm, it's just too hard to get up and enough energy to make. It becomes kind of a moot point. So there's Psyshock. We throw in Victory Bell, and then Lickitung comes back out. We farm it down. We're going to get off a Sludge Bomb against this Double, but it's just not enough. If only we had, in the end, one more fast move. Well, it's time to shake off this loss and go ahead and look for another opponent, and we find that in Obstagoon. As always, whenever we have an Obstagoon lead, don't shield this one. Let it hit us. I only shield if they switch in or switch to Obstagoon. So here comes Frostlass. Throw this Leaf Tornado. Frostlass going to shield. We get the attack break, which is amazing because now the Shadow Ball turns into like Shadow, kind of, I guess. Here's this Surf. We're going to go ahead and just use this opportunity to kill it with our fast. Another Shadow Ball, no problem. Not going to do that much damage, and there it is. Just kill it with our fast, and it is down. Froslass is down. Obstagoon is back, and Surf coming at it. We're going to keep on charging it up, using another Surf. Here it comes, number 2, and they let their Obstagoon die. So for this Pokemon, go ahead and use this Weather Ball. We're going to try to bait them. They know we're going to use a Fairy, but hey, guess what? We caught him. Go ahead and now throw the actual thing. Throw that Dazzling Gleam, and there it is. Not too much they can do now because we have our friend Victory Bell to get one last attack off, and then Lantern, and it is over. That was a little bit too close for my liking, but the next battle we have a Breloom, and a shiny one at that. We are not going to be very effective against each other. However, with our very high damage fast move, it does more than they can do. They get a Seed Bomb off. Breloom can know a Sludge move, and so just for my own peace of mind, I choose to shield. Here comes a Leaf Tornado. We do get the attack break, and oh man, this is great because we get one more off. They're just trying to charge up that energy, but we force them, absolutely force them to use that shield. Here comes our Ninetales, and they switch to a Raichu. Really popular. Been seeing a lot more Raichu lately, but you know, it happens. So go ahead and don't worry about shielding here. There's the Wild Charge. It's going to do a huge chunk of damage. We're going to get one last Weather Ball off and make it Lantern versus Sandslash. There it goes. Not going to shield here just because we have enough energy. It's a Blizzard. That's it. Game over. Breloom. I've seen a few of them, but they're pretty few and far between. Anyhow, let's kick it off with Cough Egregious. Keep on using that fast move, and as soon as it becomes available, hit him with a Leaf Tornado. And luckily for us, we do get the attack break here, and as soon as it hits, few more boops, and then Ninetales comes in. Now, I wasn't sure if they were going to throw a Shadow Ball. Luckily, I did just get a Dark Pulse, but, you know, I was pretty sure they were going to try to bait us. That's why I switched to catch that attack as soon as possible. However, I can't do anything about this Thunderbolt. It does a ton of damage against our poor Ninetales. Keep on plugging away, do our best, try to get another Dazzling Gleam off, but it's just not going to happen. I didn't use that Weather Ball because I wanted to force them to use a charged move to kill us. Otherwise, they would have just killed us with their fast. We bring in a Lantern of our own. Lantern v Lantern. Here comes another Thunderbolt. I say, yeah, it's fine, whatever. We're going to throw a Surf, kill this fish with water, which sounds really weird. It's a magical world, though. Anything can happen, I guess. So, their Lantern is down. Here comes Cough Egregious. Throw in this Surf. They use their very last shield. I immediately switched to Victory Bell. I was going to try to have Victory Bell absorb that damage, but they bring out that Owl. So this is the second time we've seen the Owl tonight. And, you know, it just, I really don't think this is the cut for it. We're going to do a little bit of extra charging just so we have a Surf ready for our friend Cough Egregious. Here comes the Thunderbolt. Say goodnight to Knocked Out. There it goes. And then, of course, here comes the Surf, and it is game over. And now it's time to go ahead and let's jump in and check out the next battle. And we have an Alolan Graveler. And I've seen more and more of these little guys the longer this Holiday Cup goes on. And I'm sure you guys are seeing it too. If you see it, you know what to do. The Victory Bell just tears through it like butter, a hot knife through butter, that is. Here comes an Avalanche. Shield it and just continue plugging away. We have Lantern in the back. But when that little bundle of lightning decides to pop back out, throw this Leaf Tornado. There's an Altaria. We break its attack. Not a lot going on here. Go ahead, bring Ninetales in. You guys know where this battle's going, and it's going in only one direction, and that is towards victory. So here comes this Alolan Graveler. Throw that Weather Ball just to do a little bit of damage. They do have 2 shields, but hey, in the end, we're good. We're golden. Throw the Surf. They're going to shield. They have to shield here. And, of course, wasn't sure if this was going to be a Rock Blast or not. Ends up being a Stone Edge. So, you know, it is what it is. Shield this one. Here comes another Rock Blast. Well, another Rock move, just not the one that I was hoping for the first time. They end up not shielding here, which was kind of surprising. I think they were putting all their eggs in one basket and thinking that their Altaria could kill my Ninetales. But even with the most powerful move, this Altaria cannot kill this Ninetales. There's that Moonblast, and it is game over. And now it's time for this video, and this is a great training video. So guys, please pay close attention. They have an Alolan Graveler, which is great news for us. They quick switch to a Venusaur though. We're gonna go ahead and just double charge this Weather Ball just to make sure, in case they do let their Venusaur die, we have a little bit of extra energy to go off of. Because a lot of people will do this. They'll let their Venusaur die, and then they'll bring back an Alolan Graveler, as this person just did. So, no surprises here. Here comes a Alolan Graveler. As soon as that clock just winds down just a little bit, throw this Weather Ball and just keep on tossing the Weather Ball its direction. It's not going to use a charge move. It's just going to kill us with its fast because it knows it can. And it's going to have just a sliver, the tiniest sliver of health left by the time we are finished. And there's not much more we can do about it. We need a sacrificial lamb, and we find that sacrificial lamb in our friend Cup Plant. There goes Victory Bell. And here it comes. It's a Rock Blast, which I was kind of banking on. There it is. And then they immediately switch straight to Frostlass. I saved just a little bit of HP with Victory Bell, and I'll show you why here in a second. Here comes a Shadow Ball coming our way. We're going to go ahead and charge up that Surf. Keep on charging it and use it. They, of course, are going to shield. Now, pay close attention. Look at that timer. Do you see how it's depleting in the bottom right-hand corner? That, as soon as it becomes available, we're going to switch in Victory Bell. Here comes an Avalanche. We knew it was going to be an Avalanche because they knew we were going to shield. Had they thrown an actual Shadow Ball and we not shielded, we would have lost. So we're going to go ahead, keep on plugging away. We're going to shield this because we have to. Now that timer's about to reset. Immediately throw in and done. We knew they were going to do that before they did. 100% new, and it is game over. Here comes the Surf. You have to be aware of that because they wanted to do as much damage as possible. They tried to pull one over on us, but we caught it in the end and we won. And now it's time for Pokemon's goofiest, silliest, most adorable Pokemon, the one that has wings but cannot fly, according to my wife. She absolutely loves Dunsparce. We're going to go ahead and shield here, and we're going to immediately get ready for a Chestnut matchup. With Chestnut, I try to throw this Leaf Tornado. It doesn't connect. We do not get the attack break. So here comes Ninetales. It's going to use a superpower here. And in hindsight, what I should have done is I should have only played this mini game about halfway through just to get a few more fast moves off. So Chestnut is down, and they're going to go ahead and bring back out Dunsparce. Going to use this Weather Ball, and as I mentioned before, due to its bulk, it does absorb it. Here comes a rock move. Rip Ninetales. And now we're going to bring in Victory Bell and kill it before it can do any more damage to us. And there goes Dunsparce. Last up, they have Venusaur. So this match isn't looking good. This was the match I actually went 4-1 on in order to reach Veteran yesterday. And we go ahead and do a Hail Mary, throw this Sludge Bomb. Luckily, they do not shield, and it's game over. We got extremely lucky with this one. And that was a close match, but this one shouldn't be as close because we had a very good lead. They are switching to Obstagoon. As I mentioned before, when they switch to Obstagoon, we're going to shield their Night Slash. There it is. Throw this Leaf Tornado and watch it. Remember, as soon as we throw it, if they shield, go ahead, bring out Ninetales to absorb this Night Slash. They do get the attack break, which is great news, and that coupled with the fact that we resist Dark means it did very little damage. Here comes a Cross Chop. Still, no worries. We have that attack break, and we have plenty of energy to go off of. Use this Dazzling Gleam. Hit it with it. They do not shield, thankfully. And now we're just going to go ahead and let our Ninetales rip. We're not going to shield this one. Not going to shield that Surf. We're going to get another Dazzling Gleam off. And there it goes, round and round, the Fairy Ring. They don't shield this one, and then they bring out their Talonflame. It is game over. And this one, we actually have a good lead. However, I did lose this one, and so I wanted to include it. They immediately switched to Vigoroth, and just a bunch of wrong things happened, but I wanted to show this at least for training. There goes the Body Slam. We're going to go ahead and throw a Leaf Tornado. This part's totally fine. As soon as the Leaf Tornado hits, switch immediately to our Ninetales to catch their Body Slam. There it is. Body Slam has been caught. Go ahead and keep plugging away. I probably, in hindsight, should have used that Weather Ball just to get its attack down because now our main anti-flyer unit is severely, severely weakened. So there was my first mistake with this battle, but I don't really expect Altaria just because, like I said in the previous battle, there are so many ice units, so many lanterns, that it's just not really viable. Here comes Altaria, and at this point, we're in trouble here. We have to have a good battle. We have to get it off. They go ahead, and again, in hindsight, what I should have done is shielded this one. Had I shielded that attack, we would have been okay, but I truly thought they were going to try to fake me out. So at that point, it became kind of a 50-50 type scenario. But just to let you guys know, this is, everybody has this happen to them. Everybody has a good lead, and it ends up, they end up failing. And so, yeah, just a bunch of bad things. And now we see our Victory Bell up against an Alolan Ninetales. And this Alolan Ninetales obviously knows Charm. That's why they switched. Here comes Dubwool. Dubwool, go ahead, let this Body Slam hit. It's going to connect. We're going to throw this Leaf Tornado as soon as we can. And then, just like we do with Vigoroth and Obstagoon, we are switching immediately to Ninetales. Doesn't matter what they're going to do. It's not going to do that much damage. It's a Body Slam. Unfortunately, we didn't get that attack break, but it's a kind of a moot point because this is going to kill them. Their Dubwool is down, and here comes their Ninetales. Make sure to get this Fairy Ring off. So important that we get this Dazzling Gleam off. I keep calling it a Fairy Ring. Shows you how little I actually use fairy attacks. So their Charm, keep on hitting us. We keep on hitting them. We're going to shield this one just to be safe. Here comes a Thunderbolt. Kind of testing the waters, wanting to see just how nervous they are and what they have in the back. And no problem. It's an Obstagoon. So this battle is looking fairly good for us. We're going to go ahead and just keep plugging away. Let this Obstagoon do its thing. It's going to use a Night Slash to try to raise its attack. We have a charge move ready to go. We are going to let our poor Victory Bell rest in peace. It has done its job, what it came to do. And now it's just a matter of using this Surf, getting it off, and game over. And here's another one in which I lose. Great training exercise. This actually happened because I miscounted a few things. So at the start, just as usual, go ahead and just tear down that Frostlass. Use your fast move, eat the shield. Wonder how many times I've actually said that sentence this cup, and I know it's been a lot. So here comes Vigoroth. We are throwing this Leaf Tornado. They get the attack break, which is great news for us. In hindsight, I absolutely should have brought out the other Pokemon. I should have brought out Lantern, because Vigoroth doesn't get stab for Bulldoze, and with an attack break, the Bulldoze does negligible damage to Lantern, who is a bit of a little chonk, kind of bulky. Here comes another Night Slash. Luckily, none of these Night Slashes raise its attack. They opt to use a shield here. Well, this attack they use a shield because they really want to make sure that they kill our Lantern because they know what's going on. There's another Night Slash. We should have absolutely shielded that one and used an attack here. But, at this point, there's not much we can do because they have charged it enough to where they can get a total of 2 more charge moves off. Right here, for some reason, I thought I could get this charge move off here, but they beat me. My attack was still processing, and we don't have enough. So yeah, that's that. Just a little training exercise, folks. And now it's time for a Pokemon a few people have been asking me about, and I'm so pleased to be able to show you today. And we have Trevenant. With Trevenant, they're going to be few and far between, but just keep plugging away. Hit them with that fast move and shield whatever they throw at you at first. It's going to be a Seed Bomb, shield it, and then return with a Leaf Tornado. Now they're going to get one more Seed Bomb off and say goodbye to Victory Bell. Here comes Ninetales. Kill it before it can do anything else. And now our number one threat has been eliminated. We're going to throw this Dazzling Gleam, and luckily for us, they don't shield. They're going to keep attacking us. I think it's going to be a Thunderbolt, but when I realize it's a Surf, I know they've double charged it, so immediately quick switch to Lantern to accept the second charge move, the second Surf. There it is. They quick switch straight to Frostlass. Great news for us because we have a Thunderbolt with Frostlass's name on it. There it goes. They don't shield. Great news. So now all we have to do is get 2 surfs off, because you know they're going to shield that first one. And there it is. And here comes the first surf. I'm crunching some numbers in the back of my head during this battle, and I realized it would be best just to let this lantern die, because we have some energy stored up, and now we can actually kill this Frostlass with our weather ball. There it goes. We have a shield left. They realize it, and we're done.